Good morning. It's not warm today like it was yesterday. It's not sunny. At least we melted some of the snow off of this concrete in the driveways, but it's cold again. Well, we got a little heat out here, and I've been going through my boards, putting a nice edge on them. And now we just need to sand them off, and then they're ready for paint. So I'm going to try the belt sander here. We'll see if we can't get that set up to make two passes, one on each side of these boards. Some of them are really not too bad, but there are some that have some, I don't know, some rough spots from the planer that a sander would take off. If I find one, I'll show you. But anyway, we're getting close here. We'll probably have to use a hand sander on the edges. That's okay. Our seed truck for the day is here, so we'll get this unloaded. Go back to working on my boards. I sent Xander up to the giant dealer to get our fillers and parts and stuff. 9 boxes on that load, so we're getting there. We still got a bunch of what should go in those 2 rows. The 3035s to come in yet, and then a few random of some other stuff, but getting full. All right, back out here working on the barn, or my boards. Show you where Dad's at with his barn project here. He's torn more mouth floor out. Him and Xander did that a couple days ago because he wanted to fix this post, so that's what he's currently working on. He looks like he needed some more fasteners maybe, or I don't know. He went to Menards, I think. So he's got that. He's got this temporary thing in there with a jack under it so he can lift that post up, and it was rotted out a little bit on the bottom. So he was cutting out the bad stuff and putting some new boards in there. But check out his eye joists over here. Aren't those fancy? He's got these first 3 or 4 kind of in place. I don't know if they're actually secured yet or not, but yeah, those are the eye joists that he is making with 2x8 or 2x10 centers, all glued together and screwed together, and gonna put them on 20-inch centers to support the floor. So yeah, pretty impressive. Should work, and it should last for a long time. And he's gonna have pretty high ceiling height down here. So I think the plan is to tear some of this old concrete off here. So this used to be a pig barn. We had pigs in here when I was a kid. Got out in '96, I believe. So the top is sloped so that, you know, manure and everything would run down this way, and then we could come in here with a skid steer and clean this out and everything. Well, there was feeders up there. There was waterers by these posts that he's cut off, and his idea is to get a saw and cut this concrete up here kind of on the top side of these posts and tear out everything below that, and then come in and pour it. And while this has got a little bit of slope to it, it's not as much as right here, and it would make a nice even level floor out here. He wants to move all his woodworking stuff to this side of the barn, I think. So this is like a 3 to 5 year plan. So it's going to take a while, but more power to him. If he wants to work on that, I think it's great. Anyway, I got this belt sander set up, and we're running these through, and that is really nice. So this one here, you can kind of, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's a little rough right there. So let's see how it does when it goes through the sander here. Let's see how these two look coming out the other side here. Might have to run these through twice. Smoother. It's definitely better. We're going to give them one more pass though. Guess maybe the species of the wood running through the planer had chipped out a little bit more. So the scale on our depth adjustment there, 1/4 of a turn is a 64th of an inch. I went an 1/8 of a turn, so 128. That's not going to make a difference in what their application is for, but it smoothed them up quite a bit. So this is all getting painted, so we don't have to be perfect. All right, well, we got all the faces sanded. We have one last step to do before we are ready for paint. We need to take the hand sander here and do all of the edges. These edges and the round over a little bit. Shouldn't be too bad, but it should go quick. Actually, that won't take that long. However, it is lunchtime and I need to get ready to go. I'm judging FFA contest this afternoon up in Saline, Michigan. So going to that. Anna's going with me. So we're, going to go get ready to go. Xander made it back. So that's good. Let's see what he's got here. So this was part of what we needed and why we went up and got stuff today, because our backhoe is currently sitting in Phil's driveway, unable to start and move because it's not getting fuel, low fuel rail pressure or something, and we're pretty sure that this pump went bad on it. I haven't really looked at it, but from what they were saying, that sounds plausible, probable. We had changed the filters a couple days ago. So yeah, we are gonna change this and I hope that that fixes it. Good deal. Good morning. Day 2. Judged FFA contest yesterday. Did green hand conduct of meetings, which for those of you not familiar with FFA lingo, green hand just means a first year high school FFA member. So freshman or a sophomore that is a first year member, they can compete in this contest. So it's the younger kids. And conduct of meetings is like a parliamentary procedure contest, but Michigan does the green hand version where they run through their opening and closing ceremonies and then conduct a meeting. And yeah, I was in that contest when I was a student. I've judged it multiple times. I've coached teams in it. I know that one pretty well. So that was fun. Anna went up as a timekeeper for a different contest. And it was a good time. So anyway, we're back in the wood shop here today, finishing sanding off my pile of boards that we were working on the other day, doing the edges here. The tire guys are here, so they're changing the tires on the sprayer right now. I was getting them set up, and all good. I may have underestimated the time that this takes to do this manual sanding of the edges, but this pile is done. These ones are done. I still got the rest of that pile to go. We're trying to clean up all these little fuzzies and stuff on the edges, right? Like this. It just takes a little bit of time. So anyway, I just saw Dad pull in with the backhoe. I need to go talk to him, and I'm going to get a haircut today, so I'm going to run and do that pretty quick here, I think. Made it back with a haircut. Look at our fancy new tires. Pretty good. They're finishing up the one on the other side here yet. I came out and opened the door because it's getting a little hazy in here from them running their truck for 3 hours inside. Went with some BKTs on this. They were a little cheaper. They have a higher load carrying capacity. Seem like pretty good tires, so see how we do. Well, there's our new sprayer tires. Good deal. They look nice. Hopefully we only have to run them for a year and then we get a new sprayer. No, I don't know that that's going to happen. It's possible, but I don't know that that's going to happen. That drone really pushed off the need for a sprayer. A week or two ago, I got a call from one of the local city governments. They were looking for somebody to sell them some rough cut boards for top rails on their dump trucks they use for moving snow and whatever else. Knew that we had a sawmill up here, so Dad had some boards. I think I showed that last week one day we were trimming them up. Well, they came and picked them up today, so I was over here getting those loaded up. Had 10 of them, and I'm gonna go back out and finish sanding boards here. It's not as nice as it was a couple of days ago when it was mid-40s, but it's almost above freezing today, so we're melting a little more snow off of everything, but the driveways especially, so that's good, I guess. Next week's supposed to be warm. Sounds like by the middle of next week, most all of our snow is going to be gone. It'll be a muddy mess around here, but at least the snow will be gone. Finally, we're done with the boards here. I got all of them sanded, and I went through and turned that one wide one, thicker one that I had into some quarter round. What did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces out of that one board. Nice. So that should be all the trim that I'll need for a while. Should be it. That's a lot though. So now it needs paint. All right, guys, I forgot to wrap this one up before I came home. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. We'll be back in the shop tomorrow. Tomorrow morning's Friday. I'll try and do a little bit more work on that corn planter, look at some of the openers and take one of them row units apart and stuff. And maybe I'll show you another project Dad's been working on. He's been cleaning some trees up over here, so if I get a chance, I might run over there and take a look, and we'll talk about that. So, yeah, we'll see you in the morning.